right, listen. The Nun 2 has officially dropped. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the show. I think the first thing we need to discuss is this very sad, tragic, and kind of scary story of this 14-year-old kid who ate the one chip challenge and then died. He passed away about a week ago. It was a kid from Massachusetts. Said he ate the one chip challenge at school, went to the nurse for some issues, some stomach problems, went home, went to the hospital, and passed away. Now, we don't know what he passed away from exactly yet, but they want to link it to the one chip challenge. Now, to the best of my knowledge, nobody has died from the one chip challenge. So I'm assuming that he had some underlying health conditions, something was up, and then the spice, I don't know, maybe like ruptured something in his freaking intestines. Stuff was bleeding everywhere. Who knows? You know, if I could imagine somebody dying from the one chip challenge, it would be like a heart attack from shock. But I doubt that happened because it was hours later. You guys, EJ and Crow, took the one chip challenge. What do you guys think of this story here?
First of all, definitely, just one of them is pretty intense.
Well, there was a rumor before you say that. There was a rumor, but it's not been in any of the like publications, but I did see it in the comments that he ate 16. We don't know if that's true. And again, I've not seen it in any publication, so we cannot confirm nor deny that. That is not an official narrative, but it is floating around out there that he did eat more than one. But go ahead, Crow.
So if anybody has had one, it is really intense. Just one of them is intense. You know, go to our YouTube channel. If you're already here, just check out the shorts. It's intense. I threw up.
You threw up many times.
Many times, but this one was for stomach related. But for my stomach, it definitely was intense. I could feel my stomach muscles just grab onto each other and just for dear sake just ride through it all. And it was crazy for one. I know for a fact that if he was, and I believe this to be true, right? When I was working at a school, we would have to tell kids, don't eat the one chip. Right? Don't do it in school grounds because we don't know what you're allergic to. Like a lot of these kids don't know what they're allergic to. That could be one of the reasons why he passed away.
That's right. There you go.
You're not, eating spices. If you're not like used to it and you're real young and you're young, your body is not adapted to it. So it does mess up your body. And there might be underlying conditions as well. But if there's another thing I was just thinking about was the dairy aspect. Did he get dared to eat multiple versions? And I know a lot of kids are crazy enough to try this. I'm going to call you dumb, but peer pressure is a real thing. I understand we've done
right, the way we peer pressured you to do it on the show.
Yeah, I wanted to, though.
Did you want to do it? I can't remember now.
I like spicy stuff.
You wanted to do it? I can't remember
spicy
now.
stuff. Yeah, I did want to do it.
Okay.
I wanted Grady to do it with me, but Grady wouldn't do it.
So if I did it, I would have been the first one to die of the one chip challenge. Then this. So this would have been the second death because I would have died. Because let me tell you right now, my stomach cannot handle that. My shit be flipping and flopping at the littlest things. Every day my stomach is out of whack. So that would have murdered me, dude. That would have murdered me. It's very sad. Very sad.
How about you, EJ? What do you think about this?
I just can't imagine that even if he got dared to, that he ate 16, bro. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, if I had to, I probably could eat like 3, bro. Like, 16 sounds crazy, bro. Like, it's not like the peppers. Like, they're not tiny. You can't just, like, swallow them. Like, you really got to sit there and chew for a little bit.
Like we said, that wasn't an official narrative, so we don't know if that's true.
Well, I'm just saying, bro. I can't imagine it's true.
That would be literally insane.
But if it is true, then it's not the one chip fault because I heard that they're trying to take that off of the shelves and stuff.
They pulled it.
If he ate 16 of them, like I don't really feel like that's
definitely not the company's fault.
Yeah. They pulled it off the shelves. For those that don't know, Pocky has officially pulled the one chip challenge off the shelves for now. And for those that also don't know, every year they do a different combination of peppers. So it was, again, this year was not the same one that EJ and Crow ended up doing. Theirs was the scorpion pepper and the Reaper pepper. This was the Reaper pepper and then I think it was called like I forgot what the new pepper is, but they added something else. So I noticed that was a difference. So I don't know if there was something in the recipe that they did that they messed up, but again, nobody else has passed away from this. So this has got to be a very isolated incident. I mean, they've been doing this for years. To me, I mean, maybe they're pulling it just so they could test it out and see what's going on. You know, I guess they have to.
Maybe.
But I don't think that they should like ban this or they should pull it. I don't think they should have pulled it off the shelves, honestly. But
and this also happened in school, right? This was one of the things I heard that was on school campus. Yeah. So, and if that's the case, because he got called, they called the school nurse, from what I heard from the mother's report. And then he went home, and then he was still like sick, and she's like, wait, hold up, he's getting sick again. So she called then she took him to the hospital, and then he passed away. So my prayers go out to your family, everybody. I'm so sorry this happened to you. For educators, I know school started. I need parents, if there's any parents watching us, or if there's young people, like, yo, just don't do it in school. Seriously, don't do it in school. It's not worth it. And a lot of people and a lot of these kids, they get it from like older cousins and stuff like that. Stop giving your little siblings stuff like this. Their young bodies, scientifically, their young bodies can't handle this stuff. So,
dude, I seen a YouTube where this family was making the kid do it. I wanted to kill them. Like, how could you make the kid do that?
No, they can't do that. That's really bad.
No.
Their body is not ready to. I forgot what the process is called, but their body is not ready for that type of level of spice. Like, you have to build up for that stuff, and you're not fully.
My body will never be ready for that. That's just crazy. Now listen. Okay, listen. Since they have pulled the one chip challenge from the stores, this is our shot. So let's not drop the ball. Now, if anybody remembers when we did the 6-hour spectacular this year, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. We decided, we were like, listen, we've done the one chip challenge. They did the gummy bear. They did this. They did that. What could we do now? So on the 6-hour spectacular, we made pretty much the hottest chicken tenders you could make with the scorpion pepper and the Carolina Reaper pepper. So now that the one chip challenge is off the market, we got to get Clay on this, and we got to start producing the tenders for everybody. We got to put this out, the Gritty Nose Death Tenders at 7-Eleven. It's going to be big. It's going to be big.
If you want a recipe, you got to contact us. We'll give you the recipe.
There will be fatalities for this one. Let me tell you, there's only been one for the one chip challenge. This one, there's going to be at least 5. I mean, you guys can attest to that, right? Mo almost became one. Mo almost became one. You can hear.
I was going to die near the side of the ocean.
You can hear his anecdote about what happened after he took him and EJ did that challenge. But it's gonna be crazy. I think we're gonna be billionaires. We'll put you two on the box. You know, I'll be on the back. We'll be like Mr. Beast.
We got to go to our chef to get the recipe.
Yeah, Clay's gonna be there chefing it up, and should be at 7-Eleven very soon. We're gonna kick Pocky's ass. We're gonna kick him. They're not gonna want to come back. They're not gonna be able to come back. We're gonna make it worse every year too, as if we could. I don't know, because let me tell you, just smelling them in the oven was horrific. Clay said it felt like he breathed in mace when he flipped those tenders. So,
it was so bad.
Wow, we may have to send them directly, but we're not gonna do it like the pink sauce lady. We're gonna do it correctly. We're not gonna poison you.
And if you want to see who won between me and EJ at this challenge, go watch that, guys.
Check out the 6-hour spectacular from this year. It was like the best one we ever did, man. It was pretty fucking awesome. Listen to this, right? So I was seeing it today. I just saw this again before we came on the air. So this 33-year-old woman died of a genetic disorder that the doctors were telling her was all in her freaking mind. So she was going to the doctor all this time, and she's like, yo, this is wrong with me. That's wrong. It's in your mind. It's in your freaking head. They were talking to her like, she was like, my bones hurt. They were like,
now you're retarded.
That ain't nothing. They were like, get out of here. Do the test and leave. And she freaking dies of, what was this? EBD, I think it's called? EDS. It's like some joint and bone and skin. And it took her out, man. How freaking sad. The doctors gaslit the shit out of her. Can you
That's
imagine?
crazy, and it's not uncommon though.
It happens more than often. I've never.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I know people. I have somebody that's really close that has to like, you know, really like when she walks in and they don't. A lot of the doctors don't even know what the hell she's talking about. She has to like show the documentations and all that stuff like that.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So Crow, is it like what's that thing you be doing? Where you
What
like
do you mean?
imagine something
What this?
and then it happens?
That?
Manifesting, you talk about?
Yeah. So you think she like it
Oh,
wasn't
Lord.
a thing and she just manifested that
I think
shit?
she manifested her own
shit.
demise.
Yo, that would be
like, she was
scary.
like,
I
bro,
hope
like,
not.
This is so
That's-
real. Like, bro, how are they telling me it's not real? And then like she just died.
That's a question for
I mean,
Electra. That's
I
a
mean, there
question
is
for
a
Electra
case
right
to
there.
manifesting. You can manifest negative things and you can make yourself sicker than you actually are. But when it comes to like medical stuff, it does not matter. You should never tell somebody it's in their brain. You have to do all the studies, all the checkups. You have to. That's just the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But there are things that people make themselves worse.
Let me
with
tell you,
just
I don't think
thinking
that's
in you.
possible because for a long time I always think, I got cancer. Every little thing, I got cancer here. I got diverticulitis. If that was true, I would have had cancer, diverticulitis, asthma.
Bro, you
I
know
would have
damn well
had.
you don't got no cancer.
I would have had
Yeah,
everything.
come on now.
I would have had
You have
scoliosis.
that's called anxiety. You're not
would've
manifesting
had-
cancer.
I would have had appendicitis.
Now you
I
know
would have had
you're
it all,
retarded.
baby. If that was true,
That's
I would have had
anxiety,
it all.
bro. You didn't really believe it. You just felt
I
really
did
all
believe
in
it.
your
I
head.
did believe it. I used to stay up all night and go, oh my God, I can't believe I have brain cancer.
You
This
know
is
when the
horrible.
doctors tell you it's all in your head.
brain cancer.
I used to think I had brain cancer. It was crazy.
No way, bro.
Yeah, I thought I
my
had
God.
everything. Yeah.
I've never heard you say that.
I think, yo,
brain
got
cancer.
brain
I heard the other
cancer,
one.
bro. I think I thought
That's-
I had everything. I thought I had freaking appendicitis. No matter, I had it all. I had it all.
Listen,
So-
my big thing is going to the doctors to check to see if I have an STD, and I never do. But I'm like always fearful of that. Like that's my thing.
That means you need to
I
calm
agree.
down. I feel like that's a lot more. You can do a lot more to avoid that. There's many things you could do. Okay, so-
I do. I wear them.
Okay. So,
I rock with them. They always in my wallet. But
I rock with it.
and he's still paranoid.
I'm still paranoid, bro.
Wow.
Sometimes it's so good. I'm thinking I have to die in the next week.
Oh my God. You think it's too good to be true?
Yeah.
The pussy's too good to be true. You're fucking like, she definitely got AIDS. There's no way. It's too good. I definitely
Bro, I
got.
definitely got
This pussy's too good. I got AIDS. I have to.
It was
She
so
guts
good.
all over me.
Oh God.
Squirt got me. Her squirt made me catch AIDS. It's
Damn.
sad.
Damn. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. Listen,
It's fucked up.
as y'all already know, my building's pretty freaking crazy. And we got
We know.
security about 2 months ago. Everybody rejoiced. Everybody was happy. We got security. But let me tell you right now, so many people in this building absolutely hate the security. And they are terrorizing the security. I know this from firsthand experience because the other day I was waiting outside because the fire department was here for the 48th time that day. And I was standing outside and this dude walks up to me with a can in his hand, like a can of beer or something like that. And he walks up to me. I don't even notice he's there until he starts talking. He goes, yo, if you was security, I'd smash you in the face with this. I looked at him and I was like, I am not security, bruh. And he goes, I know. And then he walks away. I
What
was
is he,
like, what
hydro? What the
I was
fuck?
like, what the hell was that? I was talking to the same security guard that ended up hooking me up with the pink sauce that he found the guy that had it, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that he's been getting threatened to get shot in the face. And
Oh,
that
Lord.
somebody was even waiting for him by his car after one of his shifts because I guess he didn't want to let somebody in or, somebody didn't have ID and he didn't want to let him up. So late at night, he was walking to his car and that guy was waiting for him. But then the security guard pulled out his pistol and the guy ran the fuck away, ran right at
He
it
said-
and he was
He
gone.
said if you wasn't.
Oh, so he's carrying.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, we don't
That's what I'm
have
talking about.
the security is not. We don't have armed security because they don't. Apparently, they don't want to pay for it, whatever. But I guess some security can be armed.
Yeah, because they
not-
have the license.
Yeah, but not on
yeah.
not on on duty.
I mean,
Yeah,
after
okay.
seeing what happened to that mailman, they better have something.
What happened?
Listen.
Oh yeah, the mail guy. Yeah, the mailman in like
Yeah,
I
After
forgot
seeing what
where
happened to that
was.
guy, they better have maintenance.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seriously, I'm tired of all this shit. Nah, he better be carrying his shit. Who cares? Carry that shit. If they want that smoke, get that smoke. It is what it is.
Hell yeah, my man was out of it. He said, "Pew!" Saw that pistol, he was gone. So yeah, they do not.
Your building makes a lot of good money for drugs, bro. I'm not gonna hold you up.
Oh,
So
there's a lot of drug money floating around this building for sure. There's a lot of it. So security is not very welcome here. But then I got confused for security again, kind of the other day, because I was in the middle of the front door and the lobby door, and I was like letting this family walk by me because I like hit the door on this side for them to go through. I was being polite, so I let them walk through. And while I'm walking around, now security's not there yet. They're not at the desk. So as soon as she walks by me, the lady goes, "Yo, security, weird as hell over here." I was like, "I am not security. What am I securing? Smurf Village?"
You didn't argue that you weren't weird. You were just like, "I'm not security."
I didn't even say anything. I'm like, I know she ain't talking to me because I'm not security. Like, what am I securing? Like, nothing.
listen, we need you to start wearing blackface so people can stop assuming.
Oh yeah, so then I could be even on the number one on the hit list. I won't have to wear. I'd rather be security than do that.
Security guard in blackface, man.
No, what am I gonna say? Oh, it's for Halloween. I'm dressing up as the character from The Blackening. Like, no, I'm not gonna get away with that.
You just be
bro.
like, I'm the Crow for Halloween.
Yeah, I'm gonna be you for Halloween. You'll allow me to do that?
Yeah.
I get a pass
for Halloween. You get a pass. You can be me for.
So to let all the white people and let all the not black people in the audience know that they are allowed to wear blackface for you for Halloween.
This year, everybody, you have to dress up. You got to put one white contact in, and for your left eye, you got to do it right. And you can do blackface, and you can just be like, "I am the Crow this year."
You will allow it.
I'll allow it, and
Wow.
you gotta put you gotta put a Crow T-shirt on. You gotta put my face on that shirt though.
If you wanted an excuse to wear blackface, now's your chance.
I got you.
I got the green light.
You got the green light from the Crow. Wow, how very generous of you. How very generous of you.
Now tag me in Most Great Adventure.
Yeah, and then tag Mo, and then we'll rate your Halloween costume.
Your Crow.
We'll see who did the best job. That'll get over well. We'll all be taken down. Like literally everybody. We're done. We're done. So then not only is my building fucking crazy, but there's this certain block now that I didn't know about by where the Crow lives, because I never walked down the street. But we were on a journey to get a pumpkin spice latte, which we did, and mine sucked. But we'll get to that in a second. And we ended up turning down this specific street where there's this pizza place that I've been wanting to go to, right? So we get in there, and there's a guy sitting down. I think he's looking at his phone. Dude he's leaning down, but I think he's looking at his phone. He has a book bag on. And then the pizza guy is like, "Yo, like, how can I help you? Do you want to get something?" And the guy was like, "Oh, yo, man, like, I was wondering if you looking for people to work here? Like, I'm trying to get a job." And he was like, "No, definitely not." He's like, "You sure, man?" Like, and now he's like tripping all over himself. He's leaning. He's all messed up. He's like, "You sure there's nothing you need from me, man? It's nothing?" He's like, "Absolutely nothing. Get out of here right now." He's like, "You sure?" He's like, "Get out." And the guy's like, "All right, man, all right." My man is jacked up, right? And the greatest part about it was like a damn skit. As he's like, "No, we're good on staff, right? Like, we don't need anybody." As soon as I walk up to order my pizza, there was a massive help wanted sign behind the owner's head. I'm like, no wonder he was so adamant. You still got the sign up. Well, he wasn't too high to read. He was like, "There's a sign right there." I'm surprised he didn't go, "What the fuck is up with the sign, dude? Like, what the hell?" So then I'm like, all right, that's just one guy. I get my pizza. I'm going to get another one. So I'm back at the counter, and I look, and I see another dude with his shirt off, and he's walking around the block like he's ready to fight the next person that's going to come out of here. And there's two women leaving, and they're looking like, "Oh, I ain't trying to leave right now." But they end up leaving, and they escape with their lives. And I see him walking back and forth. So I start asking the owner, like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Yo, it's like zombie land out here. Like, they used to be 25 a day." We turn around, dude. This guy, next thing I know, he's laid out face first on the sidewalk, sleeping on the sidewalk, dude. Dead ass. He looked like a dead body. Yeah. So then we end up going to Dunkin' Donuts, right? And we're like, "Why? Like, they're not open." And the lady comes to the door, and she unlocks the door for us. She's like, "No, come in." And we're like, "Why is the door locked?" She's
hurry.
Yeah. She's like,
"Zombies are out there."
Exactly. She's like, "Because there's only two of us and there's crackheads everywhere." Like, they're even locking down a Dunkin' Donuts on that block. That block is crazy because they got a K2 spot right there. So everybody's just there buying the
K2 spot.
There's a spot.
One of the stores.
Like a store? Like they sell it legally?
Yeah, synthetic. It's legal.
Oh, nah.
Let me tell you.
They never stop selling it. You know, it's not, they can still use that, but a lot of people, because it's so cheap, they
need to stop.
And there's a lot of young teenagers and shit like that. It's crazy over there because sometimes me and my girl be there, and she'll be like, "Yo, this guy's licking his lips while looking at you." I'm like, "Good
Dude,
Lord,
there were bodies everywhere. There were bodies everywhere.
Man, Mo, you getting them wet over there.
Oh man, it's crazy.
It's crazy. They're like,
the dudes licking their lips. It's crazy over there.
Wow.
Yeah.
There were bodies everywhere.
I accept the compliment though.
But it's like just that one street. Just that one side street where it's just chaos. They had to lock the Dunkin' Donuts down.
I've never had to deal with it like that, but I have had to like go walk around a dude because my man was like sprawled out on the sidewalk. It's
like 125th Street in New York City. It's like that. Like that's notorious for that. You know, that was like the 125th Street of this area. It was out of control. It was out of control.
It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Definitely. You know what else was out of control?
What was
The Nun 2. The Nun 2 finally dropped, baby. We've been waiting for this for like a year and a half, maybe even more.
Let's talk about it.
Wow. Me and the Crow went to see it like the day before opening day. We couldn't wait. We were banging on the doors to get in there.
I gotta run real quick to the bathroom, real quick.
This motherfucker gonna run to the bathroom.
Pause us.
What the hell?
Us.
Run to the bathroom, he goes.
Hey.
I don't think we've ever had to do this during a show.
No.
Nobody's ever taken a pee break, right?
No.
This is incredibly disrespectful. I've done
crazy.
a show. I think 2 shows with COVID. Yeah, I've done 2 shows with COVID. One of them being the 6-hour special. I've had my bladder ready to explode during the show.
Held it like real men.
Out of control. I've been on the show starving. What did you do? Piss on the hallway?
No, I was lying. I just went to grab a cigarette.
You made a stop for a cigarette?
My bad. That movie was crazy, bro.
Now you know you're retarded.
You definitely going last on the reviews now. You going last. Anyway, so me and Crow went to see The Nun 2 in theaters. And let me tell you this, if you don't know, we'll give you a little synopsis on the story, and we will not do too many spoilers, if any at all. We will try not to. So it has the same characters from the first movie, Sister Irene and Maurice. And Sister Irene is called now by one of the higher-ups of the church because there have been some mysterious deaths, and they are in like a pattern going to, I believe it was Rome or something like that.
It was, yes.
Is a trail of bodies, leading somewhere. And it happens to be the church that Maurice is at. And it's pretty obvious. This is not a big spoiler. The demon is still attached to Maurice.
It was at a school.
Yes, thank you for the useless information. The demon is still attached. Oh, yeah, it was a school. And so the demon is still attached to Maurice. Sister Irene ends up going over there. All hell is breaking loose because the nun is back, baby. And let me tell you this right now. Going into this, I thought it was going to be better than the first movie. And I was very, very correct. The beginning was great. Not going to give too much away, but let me just say this. The beginning was pretty fire. If you know what I mean. If you've seen the beginning is pretty freaking fire. And I had a fun time with all the jump scares. I really enjoyed how they integrate the nun into the backgrounds, into the furniture. I mean, she's coming out of floors. She's coming out of the ceiling. She's like just coming out of Freddy. She's like Freddy Krueger in the dream, but she's in reality. She's just popping out of books.
I thought the all the books on the wall thing.
Didn't we tell him to go
we
last?
told you you're going last, right?
We
told you going last.
Mr. Liar,
get out of here. Smoke your cigarette. Smoke your cigarette.
Enjoy that cigarette, man.
So yes, a lot of people have said the same thing. The part where the books are flapping around and then it makes the silhouette of the nun and then she comes out. See, what I really like about that part, and I'm kind of gonna ruin something a little bit, is the camera work during this movie because they really faked you out during that part. So the book starts spinning around, blah 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 blah. Sister Irene's looking away, and they tilt the camera all the way over to like an empty part of the street,
The room.
and then the camera slowly pans back to Irene, and that's when you think the jump scare is going to happen, when it pans back to Irene, but then it doesn't happen right there. So they really threw you off your game. I really like the jump scares. She's coming out of everywhere, but I really enjoyed the last, let's say, 30, 40 minutes of the movie when Sister Irene finally went to the school, as EJ pointed out. Thank you. And all hell broke loose. Chaos. Everybody's flying everywhere. People, there was a royal rumble in the hallway. Maurice was smacking the shit out of people. I mean, wow. The last 30 minutes was like an Avengers movie, okay? And,
It was
I
great.
usually don't enjoy when demonic possession movies, when people are doing the spin-a-Rudy in the air and flames are coming out everywhere. I usually don't enjoy all that pizzazz, and I like my possession movies a little more subtle than that, but I threw that aside for this movie and I said, this is freaking cool, man. And I really like the ending. Because there was a certain part of the movie where I was like, how are they gonna get out of this now? Because they kind of, this one thing happened, and I really like that when movies make me do that. I'm sure a lot of other people that are way smarter than me went, I knew that they were gonna get out of it that way, but I didn't know, okay? I didn't freaking know. So I was like, wow. I was wowed by the ending, all right? I will say there's one part of the movie I was not a fan of, and if you watched it, you'll know what I mean by this. At the end of the movie, there's a big reveal about Sister Irene's past and lineage, and I was like, get real. Oh, come on. Like, really? Did we have to do that?
That was some anime shit. I'm not
I
gonna
was
hold you
like-
on. That really was.
You were actually the chosen one.
I was like, oh, come on. Like, it's so obvious that was going to happen that I thought it wasn't. I was like, you guys really did that? Like, is that necessary?
You're like, nah, they're gonna swerve at the last moment, but they just kept going straight. They
Yeah,
were like,
because
"Fuck
there's a
it."
part when they're on the train and the other nun goes, oh, I don't know if I really believe. And Sister Irene is like, oh, but if you really believe that's when, what was that? Oh, you need a miracle to believe, right? So I think the ending is going to be more depending on the other nun that goes with her. I think that she's going to be the reason. Oh,
Bro,
you're
all I
going
gotta say-
last. You're going last.
Listen, no,
I
listen,
thought,
no, no,
I
there's
thought,
one thing about that.
I thought that at the end, right, it was going to be more dependent on the other nun. But it wasn't. It ended up all falling into Sister Irene's hands with this big ending. And I was like, oh my God, that was kind of cheesy for me. But other than that, I enjoyed the movie. Did I love the movie? No. I will say that I'm going to give it, I thought I was really, really going to like it. I thought I was going to give it a higher score. But I'm going to say that it was a 3.9 out of 5. Definitely better than the first one.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely better than the first one. There was some exciting parts. What I think I also I really didn't like the characters that much. They were all just like milk toast. Like, I really don't care about Maurice. Don't care about any of the girls. Don't care about Irene that much. Like, it's just like, they're just all dispensable.
Okay, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. If
Get
you
to
don't
your
mind,
review. Go
because
ahead.
I
Go
got
ahead.
I
Go
got
ahead.
to watch the first movie before I got to see the new one, right? So the day before, and I know a big part. You saw the movie years ago. The first one.
I
years
haven't seen
ago.
the first one in forever.
So I was really able to be connected to both movies within the 2 days. Everything was fresh for me. What I loved about this movie, and I definitely is going to be a higher rating than what you gave it. What I loved about it was the what happened to the characters. And I was just, the whole time I was like, yo, I don't know what's happening this last year, but they don't give a shit about kids no more. Like, they don't give a fuck about these kids no more. Like, these kids were getting
There was one
wrecked.
scene that one scene with one of the girls that I was like, yo, in the theater, bro. I was like, whoa. I will say that I think we both can. I think we both could say this, Crow, before you get back to it. I think both of our favorite parts of the movie was when it got really quiet and somebody in the theater just ripped one and went. And
that
everybody,
was great. That was great. We started
the
dying.
best jump scare of the movie, bro. Everybody in the theater
was the
started
best
cracking up. Somebody ripped a mean one right in them. Everybody was like, ah. It was great. It was great. Commence with your review.
The jump scares were great. I forgot to tell you this at the movie theater, but you actually was a part of one of my jump scares. So it was in the beginning of the movie.
Was I? What did I? I jumped at you?
Yeah. You almost got punched in the face because you actually stood up. Was like, hey,
I didn't
Jay.
stand up.
No, you leaned forward.
Oh,
You
I
basically
scared
leaned
you?
forward over me. You scared the shit because I was watching. And I was like, yeah. Then I was tuning, and all I saw was this face out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, is that?
I went to ask Jay a question. I leaned over
like,
him. I didn't know I was gonna get decked.
I was like this the whole time when you did it, and I just heard your voice. But I was like, yo.
I was like, hey Jay, what did you get from the store? Yeah, that was. I didn't know I was about to get slugged for that. Let me tell you, watching you enjoy the jump scares was also one of my favorite parts of the movie because about 20 minutes in, not even, I was used to them by then, right? Like I was like, I know when they're gonna come. You, bro, like. I remember when the door creaked, you went, oh, like the door went, and he went, oh shit, like anything happened, bro. Anything happened, like, bro.
It was made for me. It was better than the what was that? Not the Boogeyman. Was that the Boogeyman we saw? Well, I wasn't with you. But it was just like the scenes were just well made. It was scenes where I expected to get scared, and I let my guard down. And at that point, I had to just stop letting my guard down, and I just kept.
I mean, to me, the jump scares were predictable. To me, the jump scares were predictable at a certain point. Not that they weren't cool. Not that the setups weren't cool. I think the setups were cool, like when the nun was in the hallway, when the chick was restocking all that stuff, when the girls went into the room that they weren't supposed to go in, and then she was in the sheet. I'm not saying the setups weren't good, but at a certain point, they just don't scare me. It's just like, oh, it's gonna be loud now. I know when it's gonna come. You were just like, you weren't even thinking of, whoa.
Yo, it was a mix of the vibration of the chair.
Yeah, the chairs were vibrating. I thought it was on a Sybian. My chair was vibrating.
And then when the thing was running down the stairs,
that was nice. Yeah, when the goat was running down the stairs, it was mad loud. Dun dun dun. Yeah, that was good. That's the last thing that kind of got me. I was like, okay, that was cool. That was cool. So commence. I keep cutting you off. So
just all of that, and I agree with you. That anime ending was a little. That was definitely, for me. I thought the black woman was gonna be special. She really didn't need to be there. I mean, I thought it was funny
it's so true. Like, did not just
really so. In the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. They played her. I'm thinking that she's gonna save the day.
Work on your faith skill. Like your faith ain't up there. Like
they brought up the whole Mississippi thing.
Like they gave her a whole origin story, and it's like
he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna need you. Like you gotta get your faith up there because anything can happen when we get there."
They could have cut.
And I'm like, really?
If they would have cut her out, they could have cut 10 minutes out of the movie.
Listen, I love how they took basically all the men out of the movie in this one, and just let the women do their thing, and it was just like
it was only Maurice, right?
That's what I'm saying, but you understand what I'm saying. But there was
dude that was in the first movie. They killed it. Like, oh, the girl, the lady was like, where's father? What's his name? Oh, he dead. Like what already?
Okay.
He's dead. But in this movie, the only real male character was Maurice, right?
Yeah.
When we get to the boarding school, everybody else is just the female, the women, right? So it was just so interesting to just see. Like, I'm like, yo, this is just grown women and kids. And it's grown ass men possessed by a demon.
Yeah. Slapping
chasing
people
them all,
chasing them. He was throwing people through glass windows. I thought it was a hardcore match in WWF.
Listen, what he did when he flipped that girl over his shoulders, like it was nothing. I was like, and her body hit the ground. I was like, oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
There was no men coming. And there was that one dude that was the librarian. I was like, so you're not gonna go with them to like help them out?
Dude, I'm not even gonna spoil this. But when the old lady went into the room and got clapped, because that's not even the best part. That's I'm not even spoiling anything when I say that, because we all know she's gonna die. She's gonna die. But how It was great, man. That was like one of my favorite parts of the movie when she went into that. When she finally went into the room.
Looking around? When she's
No. I'm not gonna say it, but
we're not spoiling.
The old lady went into the room and got clapped. Greatness. Yeah. So, what do you rate it? What are your final thoughts about it?
I would say definitely. I give it a 4.5.
Okay. All right.
I really did enjoy it out of the movies that I saw this year so far. I really enjoyed that one. It was fresh. It was creative. The artistic designs and everything they did. It was cool. Right. I just didn't like that one scene, like you said.
That little tie-in at the end.
That tie-in. I was like,
So now it is finally time for you, EJ. How do you feel about this movie now that you finished your cigarette?
You can talk now.
You're allowed.
Okay, so I 100% agree. I was like, they really played this black nun up like she about to be the savior. Like I thought she was gonna be the chosen one. Like at the end of the movie, like they were gonna be like it's your family. Like, but
right.
That was a waste.
It would have made sense.
Pointless.
I do like the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. Like you guys really like the action at the end. I kind of was like checking out at that point. I don't know
why.
I was so used to the horror. I'm like, oh my god! Like now it's like there's like fucking explosions and motherfuckers are getting thrown through like walls and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. But I thought the beginning was great. Like the build up, like how they were showing like each separate. Because you were saying there was a trail. They would show each separate place, like in between, like seeing what the main bitch was doing or what Maurice was up to. We would cut to the nun just going across and. Like you said, that one scene, the fire scene.
Well, I will say when the first scene really set it up. When the holy water evaporated, you knew it was about to go down.
It was on and popping.
I was like, oh.
It was on and popping after that.
The opening scene was definitely better than the first nun's opening scene.
Yes.
She just jumps out of a window, whatever.
And you see, I did like the crows.
Of course you like the crows.
Yeah, the crows.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. Of course.
So and another thing that I thought was, so are they a couple? Or is Maurice and the one girl he was cool with is him and her mom a couple now at the end? They kind of like walked off this is it.
He might have smashed. He might have smashed by now.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe by the third movie he'll smash because there's probably going to be a third movie.
There has to be.
We're not going to say why.
I can't say why. I wish I could, but I can't say why.
There is a scene there's like a little cut scene at the end. So stay after the credits. It's not even after the credits. It's like 10 seconds into the credits they show it.
Yeah. Because I was about to click off. I was about to click off, and then I was like, oh, it's not over yet.
No, and I was getting ready to. I got up and go to the bathroom, and Crow and Jay were still sitting there, and I'm like, why are they still sitting here? And then boom, it came on. I was like, okay, there you go. So you like the beginning,
but the action was crazy at the end, bro. Like, cause bro, they chained my man up, bro. They had my man chained up, and I guess he just broke out of them on some Hulk shit.
Like, He was out. That nun was in him. That nun was in him, dude.
He had that nun juice.
That's right. And I
do agree with you on that stair scene when the thing is running down the steps.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Because the kid's whispering like something's up there, and all of a sudden it's just running down the steps like it ain't up there no more, bro. It's coming.
Like having your seats vibrating for that was intimidating right there.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that because I just watched on my fucking phone, smoking a joint, sitting outside. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I wasn't really scared. I'm not gonna hold you. None of it really caught me. Like none of the jump scares really got me. I was just sitting there kind of smoking.
They're not gonna get you on a phone. You gotta be enraptured in the world. We were in a dark theater with with vibrating seats. We were jumping all over the place.
What else did I like about the movie? Like honestly, it was good. Like it's definitely better than the first one, obviously.
Right.
Yes, it is better than the first one. I forgot to say that too. Yeah.
It's definitely better than the first one. And I didn't, again, like Mo said, like me and you watched the first one together like years ago. So like since you watched it right before you seen it, was that man always such a simp? Just doing whatever people tell him?
Nah, he's Frenchy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was not a simp. In the first movie, he he was a world traveler, as we know. He's the one that's seen, you see that he is just coincidence. He's the one that finds the first body right? And then that's how he gets tied in. And he's a kind-hearted soul. But
and
there's
I
a
thought it was
scene.
weird, right? And I thought it was weird that he's a world traveler, but how does he always get stuck working? Like I know the nun is kind of pushing him towards the churches and stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think it's weird that he always gets a job at like a church or like a Catholic school or whatever the fuck.
Whoa. The first movie he wasn't. The first movie he was doing regular stuff.
No, I'm talking about the second movie. I'm talking about like how is he now?
Well,
like,
I would say this. I would say that his motivations were not 100% his own.
He's already possessed. He was already possessed by that point. Possessed.
A lot of where he was going, it wasn't his own decisions.
That's right. That's right.
And that was the point of it. Like he was he was ending up in places where it wanted him to be.
That's right.
And no, he wasn't a simp. The only reason why it hit like that is because one, if you remember the first movie, and I'm sure everybody that watched this review, he goes through with that whole thing with Eileen, and he gets closer to God himself, right, as an individual, and he does save this woman, and he does have a close relationship. So, it's almost like
I think EJ means he was sipping for the other girl. Not Irene.
Bro, my man was dead ass sipping for like a little girl.
Not the little girl. What the hell?
First of all,
we're talking about the mother, the little girl.
The little girl.
Why did he end up with the mom and not Irene? I want to know.
Irene is a nun. He can't be with her.
He was after the mom the whole movie. You didn't see when he went into the room. He didn't know what to say. He was like, "Oh, can I help you fix this cabinet?"
I did, but I just figured they were gonna reconnect. You know what I mean? Like, damn, like you say.
Nah, this ain't the Notebook, bro.
Frenchie and Arlene are
bro, like they showed this thing like at the end of the first movie, like, oh, like you owe me a life debt. So I was like, oh, bang, she paid it off.
She didn't mean like he didn't mean you owe that pussy. She's a nun, for God's sakes.
Is she attracted to him? Probably yes. But the point of a nun is that even if she feels these worldly connections or desires, she has to abstain from that. So even if she really feels some type of way towards him, she has her duty.
He got to stick with the teacher.
She serves God. Come on, man. So so he knows he can't be with her. She can't be with him. Now I see
why Pastor Rich switched his church.
Oh
no, he's back to the Catholic. That's what. That's
where the nun's at.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, exactly. He went backwards.
He could have got married.
Yeah, he went backwards now. Methodists, they could do it. He went back. With the
Black
nuns.
people are like, nah, we don't want to give up pussy. Like, you bugging.
Nah.
You tripping, Lord.
So what are your final thoughts and your ratings on this?
I think it's a good movie. I think some parts were a little obvious, like you said, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I give it, I don't want to say 4, but maybe like a 3.7.
Okay.
That's pretty much, when I looked it up on Google, it's about a 2-star movie to pretty much everybody. I don't think it's a 2-star movie, but it's about a 3.
It's a little better than that.
Yeah, it's going to be
3.
I think IMDb gave it.
Is bugging.
I think IMDb gave it like a 6 out of 10, and I could see that.
Okay, that's fine.
So everybody's pretty much saying it's better than mid, but it ain't great. It ain't the best thing they ever seen. You know what I mean?
No, I can see that, but it was fun. It was fun. The movie was fucking fun.
I will say that it definitely, the one thing I will say about the first one, it was fun watching it the first time, but the rewatchability for me is not there. Like, it was fun that one time. This one has rewatchability. Like, I could put this on, and I know it's going to go down. Like, it was a lot more fun of a watch than
she was yoking people
the original Nun, coming out of the picture. It was a lot going on there, but I think for me to bump up the score, there needs to be more meat in there in terms of the characters, and there could have been more done.
Use the black nun next time, please.
Use it correctly. Like, she was just there for literally no reason. Oh, help, pray with me.
Like, come pray with me. Like, bitch, she didn't even level her faith up yet. Like,
for real.
No, she really didn't. You're right. She didn't, actually. That was plot.
Have, like, a moment where
that was plot armor.
Like, her face
well,
went up,
we're not going to get into specifics, but the way they wrote it, she technically did. It was just, lame. It was just lame.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, speaking of lame. Actually, no. Let's get to this first before we get into that. Did you guys hear about the Delta flight where the person had diarrhea all over the place and they had to turn back?
No, let's go,
dude. There was a freaking flight like a week ago or something like that where they were going to Spain or something. They were going from Atlanta. And somebody shit all over the plane, like had explosive diarrhea. If you look, I'll put the video of them cleaning it up. It's like all over the aisle, all over the city. I don't know how this is something from The Nun. Like this is if The Nun was on the plane shitting everywhere.
Possessed.
Yeah, this is like something out of The Exorcist. Like this was just bile coming out of somebody.
Bro, this is my worst nightmare. To be on a plane or any transportation and have diarrhea. I pray to God never to have that because I don't like using transportation bathrements.
Yeah, I hear that.
I don't want to be on the air and use a
covering the plane like that.
I don't know if they were wearing a skirt. Yeah, like they were wearing a skirt. If they were wearing a thong and shit just flew out. So then they had to go back 2 hours. While all that stuff was there, so everybody had to just sit there and breathe. Like you can't. What you gonna do? Crack a window in the air? You just gotta eat that. You gotta eat. I don't know if you could put your oxygen mask on or what, but you're done. You're done.
That's when you break out the paper bag in front of you. Just start breathing in the
Oh
bag.
my God.
Now they should have. You know that emergency air thing they have on top? They should have just pushed it down, let that shit fall and put it on their face.
Yeah, the masks. So they had to sit there. It was like considered a biohazard thing. It was bad, man.
Oh, yeah, that's disgusting. You're not supposed to breathe that shit in.
I don't want to fly. This is like making me not even. I didn't know this. This is like what do they call a new fear unlocked? I didn't know this could happen on a plane. I always think about the plane falling or just like crazy turbulence where your tray's flying up in the air and you and somebody bang their head together. I never thought about projectile diarrhea flying into my seat.
Bro, listen, literally the day I moved here, like the morning we were getting on the flight, I was throwing up right up until we got to the airport. Like we pulled up to the airport, I threw up outside the window. I was like, I think I'm okay.
And that was it.
But if I wasn't, bro, I'll tell you right now, somebody would have been covered. The floor would have been covered in the plane. It would have been.
Oh my God.
It would have been crazy.
Shout out to everybody who had to suffer. I hope they got at least a refund. They got to fly for free because then they had to go back to Spain. They had to go back to Atlanta.
Yeah,
and they had to go back to Spain. That's insane. I am living in a fantasy world, huh?
Yeah, you really are.
It's not very capitalistic.
They might have said, you know what, complimentary peanuts.
Oh, complimentary stale pretzels.
Gave her a ginger ale for her stomach.
Right, word. Only she gets a free ginger ale for shit all over the plane.
Here's a Pepto.
Take this. Take the bottle.
Jeez, horrific. Shout out to everybody who had to suffer through. And I want to know what they ate. Like, what could you have put in your body? That was a possession.
Well, you said they came from Spain back to America.
They were going to Atlanta to Spain, but then when this happened, I think they had to go back to Atlanta and then go back to Spain. Like they were on the way to Spain. They were on the way. All this went down, so they had to go back to Atlanta and then back. Like they weren't all the way there yet to their destination, but they were en route.
Bro, this person was like, I'm making it on vacation,
and
bro.
Then
I'm
hell
going on vacation,
loose, right? Like I gotta, but their stomach is just.
Who good? Who good? It's happening.
This is like that episode of Goosebumps when Monster Blood was let loose all over the plane, but like 10 times worse. I'd rather Monster Blood, dude. I'd way rather Monster Blood. So, these two nerds are going to talk about the new One Piece show. It's an anime that was adopted to a live action show on Netflix. EJ and Crow have watched it. What do you guys think about this?
What's up?
I've only seen 3 episodes. I've not finished it.
Well, Crow, you're the aficionado on this. You have the jacket, you got the hat, you got the underwear, you got everything.
Click in. We talking One Piece, baby. So first of all, we start off with everything, just the soundtrack. If anybody doesn't know about One Piece, it's there's so much to fucking talk about. See, I'm too fucking excited. This live action was great, right? We've had a lot of live actions that just fucking suck. DBZ. We've had Full Metal Alchemist. We've had Death Note. We've had what else we had, Eddie?
Rurouni Kenshin, Prince of Tennis, Gantz.
And none of them compared to what we just got. And we all expected the CGI to be the trashiest CGI and all. This was actually watchable. I have to give a shout out to everybody in this cast. This was fans. These were fans who actually cared about their characters. Oda and the writers, they definitely wanted to do something different, and they took it in a little bit different direction with some of the plot. But it was because they were adapting it to TV, live action, and they couldn't do everything they wanted to do. And the budget was already expensive, but they gave us.
I think some of the changes they did to the story, I guess because of time, I think they were actually pretty well done. Like they weren't just like it makes sense the way they had to cut things and shift things around a little bit.
Yes. So if y'all want to know, if you haven't watched One Piece before, or maybe you're interested and you've been hearing about it for years, because everybody's big complaint is that it's over 1,000 episodes, and you're like, why the fuck?
I think you just watch it. Who cares if it's over 1,000?
You should. Obviously, you should watch it.
Because if you start liking it, then that means that you just got 1,000 plus episodes of something you like to watch.
You need to watch this to get it, because especially for a lot of Americans who are really big fans of the Pirates of the Caribbean series. It's not exactly that, but there's some similarities there with the style and art style and film style and everything else like that you really will like.
I think the choreography is kind of similar when it comes to the fight.
Yes, I was just about to get into that. And they did a great job of just the prop design as well as keeping us in this party world. It was live. Everything was dirty and people's teeth was falling apart. It was
and the
great.
Ships, bro. The ships were on point, bro. That's like the most important thing about being pirate is having a lit ass boat.
Exactly. So what's One Piece about? One Piece is about a crew of different individuals with different dreams coming together to support each other's dream. It's about uniting and connecting with people that's not necessarily your family, blood related, but you may not have a common goal in terms of your dream, but you accept other people for what they believe in and what their goals are, and you just you come together for a common goal, right? And our
a found family kind of thing.
Exactly, it's a found family thing, and it's just like the Gritty Knows Best family over here. You know what I'm saying? Gritty don't like anime, but to be honest, this is our One Piece right here, bitch.
Right now.
Listen, if y'all look at him. Let's take a second. You good, Gritty?
I'm here.
You here? You good?
I'm here.
All right, go back to sleep. Anyway, so Eddie, what you think about the first episode? Because you are the fucking one that took the longest. Everybody else was like, yo, great.
Okay, to be fair, I took the longest because I've been down this road before, and they already mangled my favorite anime, Full Metal.
Okay.
So I was like, I need to see everybody's opinions first. So you told me it was good. My cousin told me it was good. There's people I watch online that was saying it was good.
Love a man that can't think for himself.
Yeah, right? Ladies, isn't this so attractive?
Love a man that can't think for himself.
I've been there before. Like I said, on the ground floor, something just dropped. I'm the first to watch it. I'm like, this was just terrible. This was not worth my time. I'm kind of mad. I'm upset that I watched it,
So
I did not feel that way about One Piece. Let me tell you that. First episode,
what do you think about the cast?
Done really well.
Who was your favorite? What do you think about Luffy? Our Luffy.
Okay. I didn't really. Okay, maybe it's just me. I didn't like. Maybe it was just that I didn't like the actor for Kid Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
But like teenager,
what?
I fucks with teenager Luffy.
Okay.
Like the Luffy we got right now, like current time Luffy. I fucks with him.
How about
I think all the people that we got so far, at least the people I've seen so far, are done well.
I'm gonna get this one because this was really important to me. Kobe is actually one of my favorite characters.
Kobe's like one of my favorite characters too, bro. Let's go. Kobe.
So do you think the actor did a great job?
Kobe is great. Kobe is great.
Did you like this version of Kobe?
He might be the best. He might be the best Kobe we get.
Okay.
We never got this much time with Kobe.
We haven't, and I love that they did that addition.
We haven't seen we've seen him in the beginning of One Piece, and then like we get him in like a filler episode, a couple 100 episodes later. Then we actually see him again for the first time face to face. but that's only like an episode. Like we really don't get a lot of Kobe, so I feel like this is good. We get to see Kobe grow up, man. We get to see him do his thing.
Now, when there was a great. So one of the big things in One Piece that's really important is wanted posters, and all the live action characters got their versions. They got live action wanted posters, and they did a cool animation with them where the picture slides onto the screen beautifully, right? And they just do a little action, and they just rip something. Yeah, they rip off the wanted post. It shows the number and everything else like that. What do you think? Like, what was out of the villains, the people so far that we got? Who do you love so far? I already have my villain.
I haven't seen all the villains. I've only seen 3 episodes.
Oh, you see? But so you know what?
I think the best, the villain I've seen so far, I think is the best is Buggy. My man Buggy is funny. Especially that scene with him and Arlong, when my man Arlong kidnaps him. He's like, "Nah, bro, you let me go, and I can help you." I'm like, "You fucking."
The dude that played, bro. I heard, and I'm sorry, I have to agree with this. I'm gonna show there because I got the chocolate bar right here. Go to my TikTok. I'll plug that in later for that video. I'm gonna try to taste test the soda and everything, but everybody agreed that Buggy was fantastic and that he should be, if they ever do a Batman movie, he should definitely try out for it.
So I've only seen 3 episodes. I know Buggy. Like, I've seen Buggy a lot. I've seen like only Arlong when he kidnaps Buggy, which is a good scene. I do like Arlong.
That was a great scene.
And I've seen a little bit of Captain Kuro. And to me, in the anime, he's like one of the weakest villains. So
what you saying? Captain Kuro is one of the weakest villains?
Like, I mean, like story wise, like he's one of the weakest villains. Like, and I feel like even in the live action, he's still kind of like, I don't know, like it's still a little flimsy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like it's just hard to do that guy right. His motivations are kind of.
First of all, listen. You know what? I don't want to stay on this too much because I get ready. I can feel great.
I was just about to say final thoughts coming in now.
You know,
final thoughts now.
I can feel his energy. So we're gonna do something on the side. We're gonna do the side. If y'all want us to talk more anime, I'll do something special with me.
Final thoughts from me. All right. I've only seen 3 episodes. I've only met 4 of the Straw Hats so far, which is Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Usopp.
Mm-hmm.
My man, whoever's playing Usopp, they got the right dude. He dead ass looks like Usopp, bro. It's crazy. I fucks with Nami. I feel her. Like you know, her motivations and stuff make sense.
Okay.
Zoro's a little boring. I feel like in the anime, he be saying funnier shit. He's more like, I feel like this guy just does not emote at all, and I don't think that's
you're gonna love the later episodes. Then it's gonna fix a lot of those problems.
He's very flat. He's like, no, I don't care.
So what? Before I end it, I want to ask this one last question to you. That scene with him facing number 7.
Oh no, that was fire. That was fire.
Okay.
What is this? Codename Kid Next Door?
That's my favorite fight I've seen.
Relax. Calm down. We're almost done.
You said number 7. I'm saying number 7. Is this Codename Kid Next Door? What are you talking about? Number 7.
We understand your hatred for anime.
You don't know the lore. Relax.
So my final thoughts is that everybody has to check this out. I've had so many people hit me up who just wanted to check it out, and it's just like, listen, it's worth watching. If you're interested in the world, this is a great start. The creator of Oda Senpai, he definitely took time. He just wanted to introduce y'all to this world. And if you really like it and you want to know more about the characters, please go to Netflix, watch it, support. I say go to Netflix. I will not say pirate it, even though, you know, sometimes I know y'all will.
Hey, bro, go support Oda.
But how you gonna talk about the pirate? It shows about being a pirate.
Because you gotta support Oda. Oda, out of anybody else in this world, got to get his money. So I need y'all to put some money in that man's pocket.
Man, fuck Netflix anyway. So One Piece sounds like it's a real ball. Sounds like it's a real freaking blast.
Real quick,
and you know what else was a blast? Was this show. This was a great time. Everybody had a good time, but it's time for us to say goodbye. Mr. Rogers, I'm changing my sweatshirt because it's time to go. Crow, plug whatever you got to plug, baby.
What's
Not that
up?
This drop. There you
So,
go.
guys, I'm going to be doing some taste tests. So if you want to check that out, please come follow me on TikTok.
Come on down.
The fuck? Crow's Nest OTB.
Crow's
OTB,
Nest
baby.
OTB on TikTok.
Okay? And I'll
If
be
you
doing
want
those
him to
reviews.
talk about One Piece with me, leave comments. Let him know.
Leave comments. Let me know.
Yeah.
We can go deep.
Yeah, watch Crow go deep with EJ on the side because they're not doing that here.
Pause.
Watch
Pause.
EJ and Crow go deep with each
Pause.
go deep with each
Mega
other.
pause.
Y'all said it. I didn't say that. Y'all said it.
I said
Y'all the ones that want to go
Nobody
deep
put
with each
names out
other.
there. Nobody put names out there.
Y'all the ones that said y'all want to go deep.
No.
EJ, do you have any final words?
Watch the Nun 2. Watch One Piece. Don't eat the one chip. It ain't good. It's bad for people now.
Wow.
Like, comment, subscribe. Gritty, Gritty's the man.
That's right. Thank you. And you're the man too. And so is the Crow. We're all
What's
the guys here. If you're listening to this on Spotify and you want to see our beautiful faces, make sure you go over to the Gritty Knows Best YouTube channel where you can see the podcast as well as taste tests every single Friday, and also vice versa. If you're watching us on YouTube, you don't want to pay for the YouTube Premium because I damn sure don't. I'm using Clay's. Go over to Spotify, Apple, and all the other podcast platforms except Amazon Podcast because we know that their Amazon Music and Amazon Podcast apps suck. So, peace and love.
Don't shit on yourself.
See you next time. Don't shit on yourself.